Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to Thursday's English. Now, just like we do every Thursday, as our starter today, we are going to do some spelling practice of our cold spell words, so regularly coming up within this unit. So just to remind you what they are, we've got grass, early, beautiful, huge, bridge, water, again, troll, field, and goat. So, if you want to have a little practice of them, that is absolutely fine. However, I am going to cover those up now to you. Spelling them, there are 10 of them, so you could put. You can then check them to see if you got those correct. Now, if I do go too fast for you, do not forget that you can pause the video whilst I am saying them. So let's go. Number one. Spelling number one. Early. Spelling number 3 is beautiful. Beautiful. Spelling number 4, huge. Huge. Spelling number 5 is bridge. Bridge. Spelling number 6 is water. Water. Spelling number 7 is again. Again. Spelling number 8 is troll. Troll. Spelling number 9 is field. Field. And spelling number 10 is goat. Goat. Okay, here are those spellings again. Do make sure that you are checking those carefully and give yourself a little mark out of 10. Hopefully you got most of those correct, if not all of them, and hopefully you got more than last week as well. That would be really wonderful, wouldn't it? So today then we are going to be doing our Highland horses story. Okay, now like I said yesterday, whatever you found most useful the last couple of days to help you, make sure that you've got those things to hand today. So whether that be your text map, whether that be making sure that you're watching the Shed Right really carefully, your toolkit, all of those things, whatever you found has helped to make sure that you are using those things today. So we are of course moving on to the resolution now. So we're just over that story mountain and we're nearing the end. Okay. Now I will show you the text map for this section. This is the innovated text map. So as you'll see, one I've replaced with some boxes so that it relates to our news story. Okay, so we've got the great big Highland horse. He said enough was enough, didn't he? And he went down to the bridge. Suddenly out came Wanda again. She said, "Who are you?" And then he said, "Me, who are you?" And then she said, "I'm going to eat you." Okay, because she'd been waiting for him, hadn't she? Okay. Here we are again then, our toolkit. Now when you finish today, it'll be a good idea for you to have a good look through to see which of these tools you have not used, okay? Because that will then show you what you need to include, or it might even help you with your editing, because you might think, oh, do you know what, I haven't used any interesting verbs yet to describe movement, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to change some of those. Like if you've got lots of like said, you might want to go back and change some of those verbs to something else. Okay, and then is your word map, which you will hopefully find useful today as well, just for any of those spellings. Okay, so let's flip the camera over again then, and we will do our Shared Right together. And hopefully that is popping up on your screen now. Okay, here we go then. So as you can see, that was the end of my writing from yesterday, and I will be continuing on with that today. However, just to break up those sections, I am going to leave a line between them. Remember we were speaking about that the other day. Okay, So this is where we know that that older brother is starting to get jealous now, isn't he, of his brothers, because they've been allowed to cross the bridge. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to use like a good frontal adverbial here. So you might say something like after hours of waiting, or you might say not long after, or you might say something like a few moments later. Okay, so have a think, which of those could you include? Okay, I'm going to go with after an hour or so, comma, don't forget we put that comma there. After an hour or so, the biggest of horses began to impatient. After so, the biggest of the horses began to grow impatient. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So the horses began to grow impatient. With that, he did enough was enough and that he too wanted some fresh grass. After an hour or so, the biggest of the horses began to grow impatient. With that, he decided enough was enough and that he too wanted some fresh grass. Okay, have a think about the next bit then. So this is him now going down to the bridge without any fear the horse to the bridge and began to stamp his mighty hooves. Without any fear, the horse went to the bridge and began to stamp his mighty hooves. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing, comma, and that it wouldn't be long before wonder appeared. Let's just double check that it makes sense so far. After an hour or so, the biggest of the horses began to grow impatient. With that, he decided enough and that he too wanted some fresh grass. Without any fear, the horse went to the bridge and began to stamp his mighty hooves. He knew exactly what he was doing, and that it wouldn't be long before Wanda appeared. Within seconds, oh, made a bit of space there, bear with me. It's because I'm writing too fast, I'm getting too into it. Within seconds, just as he had predicted, just as he predicted, shrieks of anger came bellowing. I'm just going to put some dots under that because that means I'm not too sure if that's spelt right. So I'm going to put some dots there to remind myself to go back to. Just as he had predicted, shrieks of anger came bellowing. Who dares to make all that on my precious who dares to make all that bang precious bridge? Wanda asked. It's me, Wanda, and I am not afraid of you, replied the horse. New speaker 9. Not afraid. Well, just you wait. Okay. To start this section to make sure it makes sense. After an hour or so, the biggest of the horses began to grow impatient. With that, he decided enough was enough and that he too wanted some fresh grass. Without any fear, the horse went to the bridge and began to cross. Began to stamp his mighty hooves. He knew exactly what he was doing, and that it wouldn't be long before Wanda appeared. Within seconds, just as he had predicted, shrieks of anger came bellowing. I'm just going to, because as I said earlier on, I've just got those letters the wrong way around. There we go, that's better. Shrieks of anger came bellowing. Who make all that banging on my precious bridge? Wanda asked. It's me, Wanda, and I'm not afraid of you, replied the horse. Not afraid? Well, just you wait. Okay, so that is the end of my resolution section then. So I shall stop sharing and I'm back to you. So don't forget then all of those bits that I spoke about earlier on to help you. Okay, The text map is really going to help you today. That shared write's really going to help you today, so you can rewind that at any point. Yeah, and just trying to make it as creative as you can today. Think about all of the vocabulary. You might even find it helpful to read your resolution from last week, from your Billy Goat's Gruff story. That might then even help you to give you some ideas of how you can make yours better today. Okay, really looking forward to reading these, because you are being so creative with your writing, so I look forward to receiving them. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone, and bye.